So start record. Okay, and then so you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And am I recording? Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. So, all right. So briefly, what we want to do today again is like briefly, like just go over the changes that we discussed last time, and then go over the payments in some more details, or whatever. And if we have time, we can quickly look at the causes. But we would really like to concentrate on the payments or whatever. And then our idea was basically we would then like to how can I say, get it all, get the parts that we have, get all the parts that we have discussed so far really working or whatever, and eventually skip next week's meeting, eventually skip that because we really want to get it online. So and then maybe like so that Arlene and Jennifer, whatever, can really play with it. Like we would put some dummy data in, like whatever, let's say 5, 6 records or whatever, one of every category of. So and then probably afterwards, instead of concentrating on the courses, we should probably also concentrate on the membership reports, right? Because I just saw like Jennifer sent yesterday 2 reports that you do daily or whatever. So maybe we should then also really concentrate on the yeah uh, revenue or payment reports that you get in, or that you do daily. Okay, so yeah, if we go again to members here. If we go again to members, I should say chapters first. If I go and but if I look at the create new chapter, we added one more membership type here. That was national. That was national life member, because we saw that it occurred in every chapter record, and we decided not to add the other two. Were quit and deceased. We will not add those to the chapter configuration tool. They will just appear then always on the. They will always just appear then on the. Yeah, how can I say, actual membership record. If somebody calls you and tells you they want to quit or whatever, then you can set them to quit, and so that they no longer get any renewal notifications. And if someone has passed away or whatever, you can set that member then to deceased, and then so that person will then also no longer get notified for any renewals or email broadcasts or whatever. Good. Then what is it? Yeah. If I look now at at an individual membership record. And I look at the just very quickly here at the payment data. We fixed the membership year, now going from June 1st to May 31st in the following year. So and then what is it when we go now again to the when we go to a membership record. When we go to a membership record, we have added now this code back in, but it will become meaningless. Like we will import it or whatever. But this branch member, which should actually be called chapter board member or whatever, and the other value was NB, national board member or whatever. That will then be handled via our user system. So it will no longer be part of the membership record. So we added that, and then what was it? We postal code, zip code, right? When we go now, business, in the business address, we added the missing field. Position. Then when we select the province state, we have now added the US states. Before we import the data, though, we probably have to check if the data for US members or even Canadian members was consistently used, meaning like, are there only whatever 2 or 3 letter abbreviations for each US state or Canadian province? Good. Then what is the country field we made now? The country field we made now just a simple text field, because I think Jennifer and Eileen mentioned that for most members that are Canadian, it's blank anyways, and you only entered it for members that are outside Canada. So we can just avoid any problems by having this a text field. If we read in there, I don't know what, Bahamas or Bermuda or whatever, it will appear then. And what was it on the residence address? We have added now mobile phone as well, and of course we changed we added all the US states here to the drop down as well. Okay, so then yeah, one of the main parts that were not existing in the old database, and we have to add that, is now this electronic correspondence, field. So what that just means is any person that we import, will be set to implied. I agree to receive electronic correspondence, right? Because they are members, and under this. Under this Canadian, what is it called? This privacy law. What is it called? Castle, right? So under this law, people have to explicitly agree to receive electronic correspondence. But for memberships or whatever, it's initially reasonable to set them to implied and agree. But on the membership renewal form, we have to have a field which will have no selections. Or on the membership renewal form, on the online form, these two fields will be visible, and will have no value. But we will force them to check one or the other, right? Like anyone that renews online, has to then choose one of the two. And I don't know, are you sending out paper renewals?
Well, we have in the past, but
Yeah, yeah.
with
Okay.
the new system, we hope to do electronic.
Okay, cool. Okay, so then there's no question that anything that has to be added to a printed form. Like some clients that we do, or associations that we do, they still send out paper invoices. So and they had to add these questions as well to their paper invoices. And then when they got a payment back by check or whatever, then the administrator had to go in and basically check one of these two, either explicitly I agree or explicitly I do not agree, and basically enter also the date when this was received. So if somebody renews online here, as I said, they will be asked these two questions, and they have to choose one. And we will also record the date when they submit their form. So for any membership record, then a date will appear here, and you don't have to set one. Good.
So, sorry, can I just ask a quick question? So if they select I do not wish,
yeah.
will they still, when we send out invoices by email in future, will they then not receive it? Or this is just for if I create an email list to use for email blasts, they wouldn't be included?
Quite frankly, that's where opinions split. I really, I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure if you are allowed to send them an invoice if they say I do not wish to receive electronic correspondence. I wonder if you then have to mail them.
I think for some of our sites we don't mail them if they have that checked.
Right. But some of them go overboard. But I have not heard anywhere a clear opinion on that. It's really bizarre. I mean, because there are these theoretical things there are these hypothetical things for services that only exist online. I don't know. Would there be something? Let's say Netflix or whatever, Netflix or whatever. I don't know. Are they allowed? If I say I don't want to receive email from them, are they allowed to send me an invoice by email? I don't know.
Okay, so just so I understand, so with that, either agree or not agree, when I run, because right now I run a membership report from our database, and then I take all the emails, and that's how I create my mailing lists for our email blasts that are run in a separate program.
Right, right.
So am I able to run that kind of a report from this system? And with the agree or not agree, does it automatically remove those who haven't agreed? Or how do I then go through and remove the people that haven't agreed? Like,
No.
how do I find that?
Okay, yeah, no, there will be reports. Let me show you. Like that's why I said we have to do. We have to, instead of doing courses or whatever, we have to continue with the report. So if I go here now, let's say here's Canadian Door Institute, and I go to the reports, and I want to do a membership. I want to do a membership download, right? So I can. Or whatever. Here are my filters, right? I want this particular member here, download me whatever dealer, manufacturer, whatever, or download me all people whose last payment date was in this time range or whatever, or download me all that download. Here's another filter: download only the ones that agree to electronic. Like I can say all, then it downloads me all people. If I say download download only the ones who agree, or download only the ones who do not agree. But here we have also in the filters, even if you say all here, if you want to download all, and I now check down here, agree to electronic correspondence, that's a field, right? If I include that field in my report, you will see a yes or no in there, right? Like, yeah, you know what I mean, right? If I select all here, and then if I download nothing else, or like if I say here like whatever 2016 members and download all but own and show me this field. So I click generate and then
so it generates them as what, an Excel file?
Yes.
Or
Here it's here you see now the Excel file. Like I didn't include any fields. I only said here in my report I only want, like, here are my filters. I only want 2016 members, all people, whether they agree or not agree, and show me the field. By default, each report will show me first name, last name, but I can include all of these fields if I want: member type, member year, or whatever, right? But I said I only want to include this field. So now I get a report that shows me first name, last name, and whether they agree to receive electronic correspondence. And 0 means no, and 1 means yes, right? So yeah, those are how can I say? Those are the reports. Okay. So yeah, but this is the thing. Like in the first year, everybody can do electronic, and then in the second year, I don't know what happens to these people that say, I don't want to receive electronic correspondence. Are you allowed to send them an invoice via email? That is really a weird. Really a weird question where it's not a weird question, it's a very valid question, but opinions split apart there. Like Corby said.
I guess that's where, Michael, we just asked, get it from our lawyer.
Yeah, exactly.
Direction on whether we could do that or not.
Exactly. I mean,
I think the intention of the law is probably more for like spam, like advertisement type emails.
I think so too.
Yeah. No, because like here, like other associations go even a step further. If I go back to this example here, as I said, these people allow for paper invoices to be sent or whatever. Let me see if I can find one. If I can find one here under payments.
Michael, while you're looking, can you tell me if we can get a paper invoice right out of your system for the exceptions?
Yeah, we do. We Corby, we do that, right? Yeah, we do I want to send a test here? We do that under bulk invoicing, or I can. I do only one for this person, okay? Because we have how can I say, we have bulk invoicing, right, where we can send an invoice automatically from here to everybody, right? Or let's say one member calls and says, I misplaced my invoice, can you reissue it or whatever, right? So I show you now the template, right? I go to this member and I say here, download. I won't email this invoice, but I make one up here now. Today's date, membership year 2017, and the membership fee is whatever, 150. I don't know. Like, so I do that, right? So I now generate a PDF, and here it is. This is how it looks, right? So for this association, dealership credit card payments may also be made online. So here's now a form. Here's now a form that they could print and mail back if they want, right? Perfect. So and this is also being emailed, right, Corby? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, it's being sent as an attachment to the email, right?
Right.
Yeah. So okay, yeah. So there is an invoice. There is an invoice, and we may, and it was for IHM or whatever, Corby, where we had to add these electronic correspondence fields, right, to this paper invoice.
To the invoice, yeah.
Yeah. So that we could do then as well, like ask these questions here. Do you agree to receive electronic correspondence? Yes or no? We could add that to the paper invoice or to the PDF invoice that we are attaching. Good.
Perfect.
All right. So yeah. So much for membership. So much for membership records. Yeah, we should now go in details over payments, right? Or are there any more questions? Like, because this now covered all the changes that we discussed last week. Yeah, especially including this electronic correspondence field. And as I said,
I have one more question, if I may.
yeah,
And that is, Jennifer does a email blast for us whenever we say it's our AGM.
right.
Can we do an email blast to the people that accept electronic messages right from your system instead of having to use a separate system?
Corby, so far we always use Mailchimp actually, right? For all of our like we
Yeah.
try to avoid mass mailings from the system.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
Just a question.
We might even have to look at doing something differently than we normally do for the bulk invoices,
For the
just because like they have a lot more members than we normally do, and
Yeah.
the system that we use it's not really designed for that many emails to be sent out at once. Like Mailchimp's more meant for that.
Right. So yeah, maybe we can find a
Maybe we
plugin
can get to that.
or a different solution. So or we should look into a solution that maybe allows you to send messages from the backend. But usually we use Mailchimp for many reasons. It is privacy compliant and in this castle legislation, it is totally compliant. And secondly, it delivers enormous powerful statistics right afterwards. Right, you see.
Sorry, Michael, could you just offline send me some information on the program you're using for that?
Yeah, okay, Mailchimp, sure. Yeah, I will.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be great. Thank you.
And I mean, it's very brief. Up to 2,000 addresses, it's free. It's for free. You don't have to pay anything. The only drawback there is you have the Mailchimp logo on every broadcast that you send. And if you have an address list that is bigger than 2,000, then you have to start to pay. But then there is no more logo on there. And so I will send you some info on Mailchimp.
Yeah, if you could to Doug
Yeah.
and I, just so we can look at it.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Good. All right. So yeah, as I said, yeah, these are the main field here. The electronic correspondence fields. So people will be asked on the front to select one or the other, and if somebody sends back a paper invoice or whatever, because I mean. All right, so maybe we should go now to payments, and that gives now a fundamental message. So we fundamental thing. So we in this first year, you want to. It's going to be electronic. I mean, it's going to be electronic. So, but you have to think now. There will be some people who do not have an email address or not a valid one, right? So you won't reach them, right? You won't reach them. So then the second thing they need to be they need to be probably sent a mail invoice or whatever, right? So second thing is, if I go back to this invoice here, so we can make up a renewal invoice that looks like yours or whatever. So that's no problem. So, but now the question is, are you giving them the option here to pay by check? Are you giving them the option to pay by check? I mean.
I would say yes.
Yeah, right. So
if it's getting mailed, yeah, they may want to. We still get people paying by check.
Exactly. So okay. So yeah, good. So you go you get check payments now, right? So if I go back now again to our I should go to our fictionary member here. Okay. So and I go to these payments. So if I go one other thing is one other fundamental thing before I forget. We would very much prefer it if we could start with a clean sheet and not import historic payments into this new system. would that be okay? Because like the way you have payments in your old system is really kind of like all over the place, because there are payments in there in membership for other items that have nothing to do with membership and so on. So let's say would it like the ideal
I
thing
mean,
would
we'll still have our old database, so I don't that we could refer to if we had to go back and look for historical information.
exactly
So,
that would be
like
our
Betty, I don't see why it wouldn't be a problem.
No, I don't think it would be a problem at all. As a matter of fact, we talked last week about separating membership payments from all others,
yes.
and I think that the best way to do that would be a clean slate.
Exactly. So we would start like the first payments that would always ever show up here for any member would be the one for the 17, 18 year. And that would be really super clean. That would be really super clean, right? And then
Yeah, because we'll just make sure that we keep the other one backed up so we always have it.
right, exactly. Cool. All right. So no, that is a huge that is a huge relief because that would have been very messy, right? Because it's there are payments in there which are not associated with members, etc. So, but now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, so if I look now at the payment, here's our fictionary member, or whatever. So if I look now at this payment screen, here we have our what is it called, historical data. So as we said, we will start with the 17, 18 years. So forget what we have down here or whatever. So now here I entered this person paid by check, right? So here I entered this person's paid by check. So if we attach to every invoice, let's go over the first case. If we attach to every invoice a check, if we allow in every invoice that we send out check payment or whatever, it can happen that you will get a check payment back. So in that scenario, it's very simple. You locate the member now. You go to the payment screen. Or whatever. The member type here will be the one that the person has. Income code. This is a I don't know if you use income codes for your accounting or whatever. If for every membership if you have for every membership an income code or an accounting code, you could put it in here.
We have
But here you would
lots.
okay, good. So here you would put in the subtotal. Let's say it's $100 or whatever. You would put in the tax. Or it's $13. It's $13, and the total that the person paid is $113. So we said you receive a check now. So you would select check here, and if it was a check, you would continue here. Like here, you would say the name on the check is whatever was written on there. Maybe it's a company name or whatever, right? So you enter the name on the check, the check number, and the financial institution So and then you would then you would select here to update the membership year to 17, 18 or whatever, and you can check here whether you want to send that person right here from the back end a confirmation with the receipt attached, and then you click add payment, and the payment will appear down here as check, right? So then how can I say, for people, so that is one scenario. So the other scenario would be that someone sends you the invoice back. That someone sends you the invoice back. This paper invoice here that we had. Someone sends it back to you. With their credit card info attached, right? So they whatever say you want to pay by Visa, and my card number is this and this, expiry is this and this, and signature is this and this. So then you can go, and Corby, it will not work with CDI, but it would work with CNS, for example. CNS admin. The pop-up. Right. So if I go in here. Because we haven't connected to Stripe, if I go to members here, and I go to anyone, and I go to payments, so as I said here, like the scenario is someone sends you back that PDF, someone sends you back that PDF form, and they have their credit card info on there. They have their credit card info in there. So you would then just go to this back end. I should just you would just go to this backend, and all you have to do is basically click this green button here. Click this green button here, and it remembers or it knows who this member is and what the amount is they have to pay based on their membership fee. And all you have to put in here is the card number. All you put in is the card number, the expiry date, and the CVC code. CVC. Now, people who send you a paper invoice cannot give you the CVC code, which is this security code on the back. They cannot give that. You cannot even ask for it on the paper form. So you just leave it blank in this scenario, right? And then you would click pay whatever the fee is. And then the payment would appear down here as credit card payment, right? Or the third scenario is someone. I mean, the fourth one is kind of like weird. Will probably not happen anymore. But the third scenario is someone pays online. They renew their membership online. Well, then you don't have to do anything on here. When you go to the payment tab, you will see the latest payment down here. And it will say credit card, right? It will say credit card. So that then automatically goes here. But I mean, this thing is also built for a fourth option, which I don't know. I'm not sure if that will ever happen. Someone sends, and I don't know, you would probably not do that. Someone sends again this PDF thing and gives their credit card number. And suppose now you are doing this thing with a handheld device. There's basically no reason to do that, right? Because you can process a payment online by just clicking here. Right, but if you were taking the handheld device to process a payment, it would again be you would go here, and then you enter the whatever subtotal again, the taxes, the taxes, and whatever the total 113.00, and here you would select payment, whatever it was, Visa. And then Visa, and then you would enter, like, because you have used the handheld device or whatever, you would put the info in here.
Am I the only one who lost sound?
Oh,
No, I
hear you.
too.
Can you hear me again? Is it okay?
We
I
lost
think
Michael.
Michael might have, his internet might have cut out.
Oh no, really? Hold on? Am I gone? Hold on. Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello? Hello?
We can't hear you.
Oh, now I can.
Now we can.
There you are.
That is weird. I mean, it said connection lost. I checked everywhere, and now it says connection restored. Like, I checked everywhere. The modem, everything was green. Wow.
You know what, Michael? I used to have that sometimes with my headset. Is it would do that if the connection's a little weak in your computer.
Okay.
When I first started using GoToMeeting, that happened to me one whole meeting.
Oh wow! So okay, but now you were all green in the meantime. That was really bizarre. Okay, so
I thought for sure that was me.
Yeah, no, it
I
was.
wasn't sure either till Jennifer spoke up. I'm like, are we all gone?
No, and I heard Jennifer saying, "I cannot hear anything anymore." I heard that. I heard that. But then all of a sudden here it said connection lost. Yeah, that's really bizarre. Okay, so all right, but it's better now. You can, yeah, you can hear me again.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yep.
Good. Wow, that was weird. All right. So, all right. The third scenario was, or the fourth one. Sorry, someone sends you the PDF invoice again, and they give you the credit card info, and you would now use the handheld device. Right? And then you would go and enter a payment as follows. You would enter the amount a person paid. You enter whatever card they used, Visa, Mastercard, American Express, or whatever, and then you would here put the name on the card or whatever. I forgot here, like John Doe, whatever. John Doe, you would enter the credit card number. We are only storing the last 4 digits, so that's fine. If you enter only the last four or whatever, that's fine. So we would put in the expiry date, and we put in the authorization code that you got from that handheld device, right? So, and then you would add, once again, you would change the membership year, and you would click send receipt, and you click add payment, and it would appear here as well again as credit card. Right, but I don't see a reason why you would ever do that using a handheld device to enter a membership payment when you can easily do it by here, by doing it here. The only reason would be maybe if you give that person a discount for whatever reason. Let's say if the membership fee is $100, but for whatever reason the person has to pay only 80 or whatever, right? Then, because this here always takes the fee that the person really would have to pay, right? Based on chapter, and based on member type, etc., and based on taxes. Clicking this green button always charges that fee that we have set in the system. So maybe there is a reason for using a handheld when you have to change the fee that someone charge for whatever reason, right? Are you still there? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so right. And then Corby.
Michael, can I just ask one question?
Yeah.
If, and Betty, as further to our discussion this morning, if someone does an electric bank transfer, if like a college is paying a group fee for several students and doing an electronic bank transfer, this is the screen that I would go in and manually put in the information. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. And Corby, we have to add then something else here, right? Like, let's say electronic transfer or just other, right?
We might even need to add another field for that, because that wouldn't fall under check, would it, or credit card, would it?
But right. Right.
And it is the exception to the rule. It's not going to happen often.
But it might happen more and more, Arlene.
Yeah.
Well, that's very true.
Because people do like electronic transfers.
Right.
So if it could happen more frequently, would it be hard to just add a one-liner there that says electronic transfer?
No, we can definitely add it as like a payment type, but we would just need to know what kind of information you get back, I guess, from these kinds of transfers, like just the financial institution and maybe some kind of transaction ID, or you might have other stuff you need to report.
We would get the bank.
Okay, bank.
We don't get a lot when we get the money in. What they will do is the college or the individual member can also do it. What would happen is we would just get a notification from them saying, we have processed this today and it'll be in your bank.
Okay.
So really we just need Arlene, mostly it will affect her, and she'll be doing the income at the top, and then it would just need to say electronic e-transfer.
Yeah.
I think the term is EFT for electronic funds transfer. EFT.
Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't have. It could be as long as, because there are different kinds as well. As long as it's an electronic transfer.
Okay.
I think however you put it there, we won't get a lot of information.
Okay, so maybe it's then fine to just add it here. electronic transfer, in brackets ETF or whatever, and it will then just appear here, Corby, as a payment type. Maybe there are no additional fields necessary, like we do for check or
Right.
whatever. Right. So maybe
You could always put in like for if you do get a transaction ID, you could put it in like the check number field. But
right. Okay. Good. So all right, that's fine. And here then it would say EFT or whatever, right? Yeah, that would work. Cool. All right. And then, okay, so we have one more payment type, and that's also important. You have members, you probably have members that do not pay, right? Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know, life members or whatever. And
National life members don't pay.
okay, right. So national life members don't pay. So either Jennifer or Aline, once a year, because you want these people to appear in any report as a current member, as a whatever 17, 18 member or whatever, right? So once a year, when renewal time comes, you have to pull up these records. And basically enter a complimentary payment, because we use this payment data for some reports later on, right? I mean, I don't know, in the past you probably advanced a year, or you basically do the same here.
Yeah, there's on our old database, there's a button that just once June 1st comes, you just hit the button and it just automatically updates them.
Oh, interesting.
But there's not very many, so if we have to manually do it, it wouldn't take me that long.
Okay. All right.
Hopefully.
So yeah. All right. So no, that's basically how it currently is, or whatever. You would pull up these members. You would whatever enter a zero, and select payment type complementary, and you advance their year, or whatever, and then it would appear here as paid, a total 00, but the membership year would be updated to 17, 18 or whatever, and payment type would be complementary. Corby, would there be a way down the road to have a button that sets all these people to? Yeah.
I think we already have that on another site, like for Emeritus members or something.
Oh, right. That is CNS or whatever. Right. So yeah, okay. So we can
That
do
wouldn't
that.
be too bad.
So maybe we can do that as well, like one button for all. Okay. Good. Yeah. What else did I want to say? To payments. Corby, is there anything else to consider? Oh, right. Now come the other. So are there any more questions to this here? To this, like how to enter payments? Like, just quick recap. If somebody renews online, the payment will just appear down here. And then if you receive a check, you would go here and enter the check, the check payment. If you receive a credit card, you can just, or if you receive credit card by paper, you can just click this button and enter the information and click submit, and then the payment will be added. And then we had scenario 4: you get a credit card and use a handheld device. You would pick this here. And fill out this information. But as I said, there are very few reasons this should ever happen. And number 4 is we will add whatever, the electronic fund transfer, EFT.
I just put e-transfer, because then it's going to cover any kind of electronic transfer.
Okay.
I'm not big into acronyms for.
Okay. So e-transfer. Okay, so that will be then a payment. That will be then a new payment type, and we will add a function that will allow to update you. It will allow you to update all national life members. By the click of a button. By the click of a button. Okay, of a button. Good. All right. So then, what is the next thing? Okay, refunds. Refunds is now another thing. I mean, these buttons here are kind of clear. You can. Jennifer sent the what is it called, the templates.
Card.
Right, the templates for the membership card. That is here. So where is it here? Membership receipt with card, or here's a membership certificate. Here's a membership certificate.
Yeah.
Where is it here? Rotate. how can I rotate the view here? Do view, rotate view counterclockwise. Right. So here is a membership certificate. Here's a membership certificate. So that can be downloaded here. Then we called it currently badge, but we will call it card. We will call it card. Like Jennifer had an example here as well. Card filled. So where is it? Yeah, here's a filled card. But the member, like how will that work? I mean, the member can print it off, right? The member can print it off, and
Yes,
okay. So they print it off with a color printer, but they have to laminate it themselves if they ever want to do that, right?
that's right. They'll
Yeah.
just print the card themselves and
Right. I mean, you don't send them a laminated card right now either, right? They just get this in color.
It's kind of a plasticky. It is kind of a plasticky card, but it's quite like
it's
thin.
flimsy.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's not
okay.
like a nice thick card or anything. It's
Okay.
quite.
Okay. So from now on, they have to
So,
print it then on their
yeah, I
color.
And
think
like so when
it's
we
Michael,
do
we don't want to do a mailing. We just want to do the card and the membership certificate,
yeah.
the receipt and invoice all electronically.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
when you do the card, it only has to look like what's in that big thick blue border. The rest of this is all the receipt, and that would
Right.
be a separate
Right.
button document anyway. So
Right. So it would be
yeah,
just this here. Yeah. I mean, and we do that.
Yes.
And we do that. What is it here? We do that for the CDI, like I showed you the last time, right? For example,
Mhm.
students can get or get their card. All right. So good. That is then a badge, certificate, a receipt. You can reissue a receipt, and you have a template here as well. Here's a membership receipt. Oh, this is the receipt here. This is the
Yeah,
template
the
for your
receipt
receipt.
is with the card,
Okay. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It's
but
kind of
it's
an
not going to
integrated
be.
thing, but yeah, with the electronic, it'll have to be two separate things. But for the printing, like the paper versions we've done, it's always been an integrated
Oh,
document.
okay. So here, this is basically your receipt right now, and this is just to whom it was sent, right? I mean, then
Yep.
then we'll make up a template because if I go here again, look at one example here, payments. Does this person have payments? No, pick the wrong one. Let me.
Yeah, I think everybody, once we get a new website launched and start doing things electronically, I think everybody's going to expect things will look a little different.
Yeah.
So we
So
don't have to try match
yeah,
No.
exactly.
old
So
format.
right, we'll make up a receipt. We'll make up a receipt or whatever, and then on a second page, or the badge will be then attached on a second page, or the
Yeah.
card. Right. So okay, then let's go back. Where is it? Yeah, let's go back to how to treat refunds. Okay, so
Michael,
yeah,
can I interrupt? Because I've just had a couple of thoughts pop in my mind.
okay,
From time to time, I do receive payments, generally in check form,
right,
that have exceptions to the general payments. One scenario would be that a university would send me the membership payment, but not the GST. Another case would be where a chapter would send me fees for students, but they don't send me the chapter amount. They just send the national amount and the full HST. There's some real strange exceptions that I've just dealt with actually in the last couple of days that sort of brings it to mind. Can I still use this basic payment sheet? And when it comes to a receipt, it's sort of a twofold question. When it comes to the receipt, I do make receipts that don't show payments because the student has paid someone else and then that other person has forwarded us funds. And really the only reason I send that receipt to the student would be to get the badge. So I guess the membership card, is there some way that we could block that payment from generating a receipt? I guess that would be the easiest way of doing it.
It's
yeah.
only going to generate a receipt if you click that tab, though.
I mean, here's this one thing: send receipt to contact email on membership record. If this is not checked, then it will not send. Then it will not send. Then it will
But
not.
can the member not go in and request a receipt later?
They would request a receipt from you. In which case you would go. In which case you would go here, yeah, no, they would have to contact you if they say, like, because they got a receipt or whatever, and if they say, I've misplaced it or whatever, or can you still give me, yeah, I've misplaced it or whatever, and I need another one. You would go to them. You would go now to the. You would go now here to the locate the member. You would locate the member, go to the members payments tab or whatever, and then down here you would I'm sorry, this is not connected to a receipt. Is not you would now generate a receipt and then email the receipt to the member, right? So
the member can't go in and get a receipt themselves.
no. They will get one right after the transaction. They will get one, like, once, if they pay online. If they pay online, they get one right away. They get one right away, right? Automatically. If they pay by credit card, they will get a receipt by email right away. So, and for everything else where you receive membership payments on the PDF form or whatever, you are in control as to the amounts that you put in here and whatever the payment method was or whatever, and whether you want to send a receipt right away when you click add payment or not. If you have not checked this box and click add payment, then it will only be added to here, right? And if you enter zero, like if you enter no fees here, like 00 everywhere, if you enter that, that's what would show up on the receipt. No payment, or there would be no amount on there, right? So
okay, thank you.
Yeah, the receipt would say this, and I don't know what you want to select then here, complimentary or whatever, right? So good. All right, so now comes the refund thing. Okay, so with a Stripe, we should or if you want to make a refund, somebody has to the financial transaction for a refund has to actually be done at Stripe. Has to actually be done at Stripe. I mean, Stripe has then basically the function of the handheld device, right? I mean, if you currently have to refund someone, you would use your handheld device. You would use your handheld device or whatever, and whatever, either totally or partially refund that person. Right? So that is the monetary transaction. Okay, so that is the monetary transaction, and whatever. I quickly show you the receipt. Each receipt has here a transaction ID. Each receipt has a transaction ID or whatever, and you would then go to the Stripe website, search for that transaction ID, and the record comes up, and then you can click a button that says refund or whatever, and you can type in the amount that you want to refund, right? So that is the financial part. So now your bank account will be once again whatever debited, and that person's Visa card will be credited again. But we also have to kind of like book now the refund. Let me see if I can find a record with a lot of payments here. No, here it always says just receipt. Corby, do you remember a record that had lots of payments where we can have the refund button?
Not off the top of my head, no.
It was here, right? I was looking at students. I'm sorry. They don't get refunds. So if I look here, payments, no, refunds. This is a complimentary. One sec. Payments. Here we go. Okay, so all right. So basically, okay. So one thing is the monetary transaction. You go to Stripe and give them their money back, but now you have to book it somehow here in the system, right? How we handle it here is basically. I mean, I don't want to click submit now, but a form comes up. We now by default it shows the full payment that they made, right? When you look here, $418 or whatever was the total payment. 418.10 was the total payment. There was a 370 membership fee. Tax was this, and this payment method was check. Stupid example, but if it was credit card, it would say credit card or whatever, right? So I'm booking it now. I would book it now, and if I click now log refund, it would refund them the whole amount. If it is only a partial refund or whatever, you would type in the partial refund. So now the thing gets booked here or gets logged here. If I were to click submit, this thing would get logged now as a new payment, and the payment would be a refund. For whatever reason, right? I don't know if the membership is canceled or whatever, then you would of course set this person to quit or whatever you're going to do, or reverse their membership year. But this gets now booked then as a that gets booked as a new payment and will basically later on appear again in reports, because here I can do where is it here? Oh, here are the member transaction reports, right? Payment types, filter by member year. Copy. Where do we have? No, we don't have the. I cannot filter by refund here, right?
For the transaction report, I don't
Right.
think so.
No, right. I mean, the transaction report, that is something. The transaction report, that is something that Jennifer and Eileen do daily. I mean, I just want to show you this one here. This one here, like I do it for a longer period of time because I don't think that these guys had many transactions today or whatever, right? But this is a report later on. If I click here on generate, it will tell me all transactions from February 1 to today or whatever, and these are all the transactions that they had or whatever, right? So it tells me yeah, all the money that I took in from in a particular time period, and you can basically set the date from today to today at the end of the day, and then it would give you all transactions that have happened today, whether it was Visa, check, or whatever, but whatever you have put into the back end shows up. Good.
So, sorry, quick question. Is this what I would use? So if I process, say we're doing renewals and I get 20 checks mailed in, and that particular day I process 20 memberships by check,
Right.
I have to go to the bank with a deposit slip that has the total. So
Right.
would I use this and do payment type by check, and then it would give me all the checks I processed in that day?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then that's what I would use?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you did this, if I do here, you see right now it shows me everything, and there were quite a few checks. Right now, if I select only check here and generate that, now I'm getting a new report, and here it shows me all the check payments only. Right. This is all the ones that I received by check. Okay, Corby. But yeah, how do we handle the refunds? Just noticed they don't show up here at all.
Well, they might have not done refunds in that time period, but they should still show up here. You just can't filter by them. So we would just add a filter for payment type, probably.
Okay, so if I go back, let's see if there was a from January 20. No, I don't know if there was a refund. Let me quickly check here. I just checked. Sorry. Oh. Okay, but we should add a filter for refunds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, here I see complimentary payments, check. Yeah, no refunds in that time frame from December 1. So, okay, but we'll
They would show there.
Pardon me?
They would show there
Yeah,
if they had any, right?
Yeah,
so that would be fine.
Yeah, they would show there. We should just add a filter. We should just add a filter that says refunds or whatever, so that you can generate a report with just the refunds. Yeah. So, okay, so I think that is basically all for basically all for the payment type. So we would really like to make a totally working version of this now. So of this part where we whatever generate, where we can like what we have done the past 2 weeks, where we can or the past couple of weeks, where we can configure chapters, and we will create a couple of dummy records or whatever. We can create a number of dummy records or whatever that Jennifer and Eileen can play with, and what else do we do? Yeah, right. Then we go to the members, like creating a new member or editing a member, and then maybe entering some payments, right? And
perfect. And then we'd be able to play around with those offline.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, right now this is all just running locally or whatever. We will push it to the server, and then you can play with it. And probably basically before we continue with course info or whatever, right? Before we do that, we should probably do something different because membership is the highest priority. We should continue then with the membership reports. Right.
And other payments too, right, Michael?
Yeah, this other payment thing. Yeah, that is one across. Yeah, right. All across Other payments. Okay, good. Before we.
I'd say those are the next ones.
Okay.
The
Okay.
two biggies.
Okay, good. So, all right. So we'll suggest or whatever. We'll suggest that we stop here. We stop here. We'll set this up now or whatever, and then send you a link to play with. And maybe not to make a not make a meeting next week because we want to now basically implement all the functionality that we have discussed now, and then get a working version in order and send you a link to play. And we'll set you up as administrators or whatever, and then there's something to play
And
with.
you'll include Doug on that email with
Yeah,
the
definitely.
link so he can go in as well?
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect.
Definitely. Okay. Good. Yeah.
Michael?
So, yeah.
I just want to ask one question before we get cut off. Could you just stay on the line with me for 5 minutes after the call? I want to talk to you about something else.
Yeah, sure. Definitely. Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Or do you want to do a Skype meeting? I have you on Skype.
We can do Skype or we can just stay on for 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, either way is fine with me. Good. All right. Yeah, then let's just stay on. Good.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so are there any other questions right now? No. I think we should really focus now and get this going so that you can play with it yourself.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay.
And missing a week won't throw us behind schedule because we do have a really tight time frame of April 1st.
Yeah, no, that will be fine. That will be fine.
Perfect.
Good. Okay. Good. So then we'll end this meeting here, and I will talk to Betty quickly. Or Jennifer, Eileen, do you have any more?
No,
Nope,
I've got
I
no
don't
more
have any more
questions.
questions.
Okay. Good. So how does that work now? You guys have to close, right? If I close the meeting, it's over.
Yeah, they're just going to hang up, and I'm just going to pick your brain for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye now.
Hi.
Everybody.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Okay.
Did you want me to stay on the line, Betty, or you just want to talk
Are
to
you
Michael?
working on? I want to talk about the website for a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then maybe.
Can we
Can
turn
stick
this
around.
off? Can we turn the recording off?
Yeah. Okay.